Here we go. Ask me anything, number 11. So for anyone that doesn't know, we've kind of established the routine now. I just answer questions. We always start with the football questions, sports questions, and then we move on to basically anything else. Anything that I want to talk about, complain about, or whatever it is. And then, yeah, or any other questions that anyone has sent me. So, finally, I've got some more football questions. Some fresh questions that I can actually talk about. Because otherwise, so for a couple of episodes, make it seem like it's a show. Anyway, I'm just answering questions at the end of the day. I had to just start and talk about something that I've seen. Much easier when I've got a question. And I'm not gonna waste too much time. I'm gonna get straight into it. And the first one is best way to improve passing accuracy by yourself. So you want to improve your passing accuracy, but you don't really have a partner. Okay, so you're alone. Immediately, the best thing for you to do is to find a wall. You need a wall of some sort, or a barrier, or whatever it is, something for the ball to bounce back. Yeah, the ball needs to be bouncing back off of something, so it can come back to you, so you're not just hitting it and then going and chasing it. So you want to find a wall. You want to find a wall or whatever else it is, or a fence. As long as it's something solid, yeah, and the ball bounces back to you, that's good enough. Okay, so you don't need a training partner. You just need this. If possible, get a marker, get something, and make an X, make a mark on it, and just try and hit the mark. That's very basic. That's very basic. You don't even need to mark it. You just kind of mentally imagine what you're aiming for. Okay, I'm aiming for that exact spot there, and just try to hit it 1 time, 2 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just get the repetition. Get the reps in. Get the reps in. Do it from different angles. Okay, moving, not moving, moving to the left, moving to the right, using both feet. First, obviously, using 1 touch, using 2 touches. Maybe from a volley, different parts of the foot, all of that. Okay, so variations. But first, make sure you've got the basics before you start adding variations. Inside of the foot, nice and simple. Boom, 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 boom. You need the reps. You need to get the reps in. I guarantee if you go and find a wall, you pick an exact spot that you want to hit, yeah, and you just start passing. Boom, 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 boom. Let's say, and you hit that, you hit your target 100 times. That's good. That's not bad. That's 100 reps now. Okay, 100 good reps. To get to these 100 good reps, you've probably done, let's say, 300. So that's good. You're getting the reps. Okay, you're getting used to the ball. That's touches on the ball. That's what's most important. You need to get as many touches on the ball as possible. Once you feel like this is no longer challenging for you and it's easy, then progress it a little bit. Make it a little bit challenging. Okay, challenge yourself. It's progressive overload, they call it, gym goers. It's the same thing. You want to challenge yourself. You want to gradually make it more and more difficult for you. Yeah, so your skills can keep improving. But be consistent. You need to be consistent. You can't do it once and expect, oh yeah, that's going to magically transform me into a Iniesta. Okay, so passing accuracy is all about reps. If you're by yourself, well, find a wall. If you can find a wall, this is very good. And you can practice all sorts of passes against the wall, literally everything. And you're also practicing your first touch. Because every time you hit the ball towards the wall, it's gonna come back and you're gonna have to control it in some way. Yeah, that's you can if you've got a solid wall, if it's like high and all that, nice. You can maybe even ping it, boom, in the air. Then you receive chest, knee, whatever. But you've got plenty of options, but you need to find a wall or something. Even if the wall is that tall, nice and short on the ground, boom, 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 boom. Then use the weak foot as well, boom, 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 boom. Okay, to make it more realistic though, it's not just about bam, 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 hitting the same spot from the ball coming straight towards you. It's important. You need to, obviously, depending on the position that you play, it's important to try and, if possible, try and replicate the scenario that you're in most of the times. Does that make sense? So let's say in a game, it's not going to be very, it's not very often where you actually get the ball coming straight towards you and you just pass it straight back. So just the ball going in line like this, boom, boom. Most of the time, the ball is going to come at an angle and you're going to, so let's say the ball comes this way and then I need to play this way. So it's different. You need to turn your foot, you need to turn your body and all that stuff. So try and replicate this, okay? Or even maybe I'm going to pass the ball, hit against the wall, bounces back, comes back to me, I take a touch to the side, then turn, and then I play it back. So receive one way, then I turn back, and then I play it. Does that make sense? This can, and you can adjust this whole scenario to fit your particular case. So that's very simple, very effective way of actually improving your passing accuracy. Short passing, obviously. Long passing, for long passing you need space, and ideally you want someone else with you. But again, it's about reps. Short passing, very simple, just find a wall and do whatever I just said. Okay, I've covered this, nice and quick and efficient. So on to the next. How to improve my stamina. So how to get a better stamina. Okay, the first thing that comes to mind, the old school methods and ways is, just go and run. You don't run enough, you just need to go and run. Well, okay, that's fine. Running is definitely going to improve your stamina, no question. It's good to run, of course it is, it's part of the game, but whatever, obviously in this case we're talking about football specifically, you want to develop stamina specific to your sport. Okay, you want to be effective in your sport. To do that, your training needs to reflect the game. The training needs to closely mirror what actually happens in the game. So going out for a jog, let's say, or you go boom, you hit 5k, yeah, that's fine. Is that how you run in a game? No, not really. Because when you go for a jog, do a 5k, you get like, you kind of set a pace and you just have the same pace for the whole run, and that's it. Just boom, get into a rhythm, bam, 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 and that's it. Boom, 5k done. That does help. It's better than doing nothing, obviously. It will help, but to get stamina for football specifically, your training needs to your training can be adapted so it resembles the game much more. So what happens in the game? You walk a little bit, Then you see the ball comes towards you. Now you need to sprint, you need to make a run, you sprint, then you stop, the opposition gets it. Now you need to drop back, okay? You need to drop back, maybe you're a center back, oh my God, they're gonna hit a long ball, I start dropping back, so you're running backwards, okay? Then they don't hit the long pass, they hit a switch. Now you need to shuffle, so you need to kind of run sideways. Then you need to stop, then you need to run the other way. Then you need to make a 5-meter sprint, stop, drop back, go left, go right, stop, start, stop, start, stop, okay? Run back 100 meters, then run to the side 10 meters, then sprint forward 5. So it's varying intensity. Then you're on the ball. Oh, now you need to dribble. Now you need to shoot, you need to pass. So you need to have this, your stamina needs to be, it's a different type of endurance, okay? Because it's, for football, obviously the systems that you're using both anaerobic and aerobic. Yeah. So anaerobic is no oxygen, which is for just high intensity bursts of power output. I hope I don't get confused with my words. Yeah, pretty much. Aerobic is just long, continuous, like marathon, 5K, all that. This is aerobic, okay? Because your muscles use oxygen, okay? Anaerobic, again, is your muscles are not fueled by oxygen, roughly. Like, don't kill me for if I kind of don't say exactly the right thing. I haven't really refreshed my knowledge of biology, but basically, yeah, anaerobic sports is like sprinting, okay? Explosive actions that only last a couple of seconds, okay? So the muscles, they don't need oxygen, they just boom, they work without oxygen, but they can only sustain the work for a short period of time. So anyway, in football, you use both systems, aerobic and anaerobic. So you need to, when you train, you need to work on both. So your training needs to be high intensity, then a little bit of rest, then high intensity again, then a little bit of rest, then maybe low intensity, but a bit more continuous. So you need to mix it up. How you do that, there is a million ways, okay? Million ways to do it. Examples, instead of going for a jog, go and do a fartlek. That's what it's called. So let's say you go, you find a pitch or a park. Let's say you find a pitch and you're doing laps around the pitch. So from the length of the pitch, let's say, you're gonna jog. So you're jogging, so slow pace, let's say 20-30% of your, 20-30% of your max speed. So just light jog. As soon as you reach the corner, so from corner to corner, so the width of the pitch, sprint, or not sprint, but 85%, very high intensity. Boom, boom, boom. Open up, yeah? Pick up the pace, accelerate, doom, 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 doom. You get to the corner, slow the pace down again. But again, length of the pitch. The next 100 meters, slow. And you recover. You need to learn to recover from the hard work. You need to recover while you're still moving or running, yeah, whatever. So this is much more useful for football. It's much harder. It's not that much. It's not fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's not fun. Getting ready and getting fit is not. It's not the most fun thing to do. Let's put it that way. But it depends on the person. If you want to do it, you will do it. That's just one option. I would say you need this. You need to add this. You need to do it. Not every day, every now and again. Add it to your whatever you're doing. Again, it depends how serious you are. Okay, this is for serious people. If you're not that serious, if you don't want to go if you don't want to push yourself that much, that's fine. You still have other ways. Say you train with the ball. Yeah. Let's say I want to work on my stamina. Example, I don't want to run that much, but I still want to work on my style. I'll get some cones, let's say put 10 cones, start doing, I'm going to do some dribbling, okay, in and out, between the cones, But let's say now, instead of just doing the dribbling, let's say I go boom, I dribble in and out, in and out, in and out, I leave the ball, sprint for 50 meters, then jog back those 50 meters, take the ball, bring it back to the beginning, and then do that, let's say 5 times. That's still, you've done a little bit of dribbling, but you've added running. You do that 5 times, yeah? 5 times those 50 meters there and back, that's 100 meters, 5 times, 500 more meters running you've done, yeah? Just an example. You can change the distance and okay? But this is, again, something very simple. Ideally, always have the ball around you. You don't want to just go and run. First, it's boring, and it's hard work, okay? If you want to keep it fun, have the ball around you. But you need to add a bit more running, extra running. How much you push yourself, that's up to you. And ultimately, stamina, when you play football, from my experience, it comes down to personality. Over the years that I've played, coached and everything, the people that run the most, it's got nothing to do with like their natural running ability. And it's got everything to do with their personality, okay? The best runners are always these people that just, they've got this desire, they want to win, or it's not even about winning. They just cannot accept losing, okay? Or being beaten by someone, to be fair. And that annoys them, drives them. So they cannot, so it's about personality, to be honest. It's more about personality. The very laid back, that's fine. They give too many passes. And in terms of, I don't mean passing the ball. I mean, he got me this time, yeah. Give him a pass. I'm not going to chase him like a dog this time. He gets a pass, that's fine. It's not, too laid back usually means no stamina, okay? Desire to win usually means stamina. Yeah, it's that simple. Because, and you don't even need to go and run. It's just the way you play. These people that really want to win, that this is in them, it's just the way every time they play, they're going to push themselves more than those guys that don't really care that much. So over time, their stamina is going to get worked. Why? Because they just because of their desire to win, they end up running more. They don't even think, oh, I'm tired. They think, I want the ball, I need the ball, I need to get it back, we need to get a goal, okay? So their focus is somewhere else. They don't even realize that they're working hard and that their stamina is improving because of that. So personality is important. You can always work your stamina while playing. When you feel tired, okay, I'm finished now. When you feel that way, go and do a couple more. Yeah, just a couple more sprints. I'm just gonna get back this attack and 2 more, just 3 more times I'm gonna track back. And then I'm just gonna, okay, then I'm gonna stop, then I'm done. But push yourself. Over time it gets better. So yeah, I've kind of covered this for now. Okay. All right. Next one. Again. Oh, 20 minutes in. That's why I've got some more time to talk about football. Next one is how to be a better defender. Kind of a general question, but I can give some general advice. Okay. Okay. So let's to make it more to make it easier to understand, and not just for me to just start talking uh, about whatever I think of. Let's get like a little framework that we can work off of. So we're just going to use that four corner model that I've talked about before. So if you don't know what it is, it's the FA four corner model of like for player development. Okay, so a football player, there are four areas, okay, of importance in a player's development. Okay, one is physical. So imagine if you split it into four: physical, social, psychological, and then you've got tactical slash technical. They've put it as the same thing basically. That's one that goes together. What the FA says is they're equally important. Okay, I kind of agree. Okay, I know for most people they just see technical, they just see this technical, and some people they see physical. Not some, a lot of people see physical, but the rest not so much. So most people can notice physicality and technique, but majority of people they don't see anything else. Obviously, that's how much they know, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. So let's start with the which one is going to be the shortest to go over. Okay, social. As a defender, you want to be able to communicate. Okay, you want to be a good communicator. Good communicator. You have to talk, you cannot be a defender and be silent. Okay, you need to constantly, obviously, by talk constantly, I mean give useful information to your teammates. If you're not sure about something, maybe don't say something, don't say it, but give them useful information. The least you can do is still, you've got time, so time, turn, man on, you've got an option to your left, you've got an option to your right, or whatever. Give them a little bit of information. Okay, so that's about being a good teammate. That does make a difference. It makes a difference between me as a centre back. I passed the ball to my left back. He hasn't checked his shoulder. He's kind of slow to receive the ball. As he's receiving, the winger is running onto him, and he smashes into him, tackles him, gets the ball, takes me on. Oh, I'm done. Puts a cross in, boom, go. All I needed to do is say, man on, or yeah, back to me, or whatever you need to tell him. That's it. That would have prevented a goal. That sounds too simple, but this has happened numerous times in football. Numerous times. So just give information at all times. Okay? Oh, watch your back. You've got a man behind you. Watch this guy. Watch that guy. Da 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 da. As your understanding of the game progresses as a defender, then you can start giving a bit more technical advice, tactical. Push up a little bit, okay, get a bit closer to this guy, drop off of him a little bit, cover this space, move a little bit to your left, move a little bit more to your right, all that stuff. Okay, but you need to understand the game, because some people they just talk, they try to give advice, but they just end up giving the wrong advice and confusing players, okay, confusing their teammates. So it's happened to me as a coach. Let's say I'm coach. I've told my fullback, you, when the ball is there, you're gonna be here. You're gonna do that. And then they play the game, and I see his centre back is telling him the opposite. So I'm like, why are you telling him this? No answer. Okay, so make sure at least do not give bad information. If you're not sure, don't say anything. Go and ask your coach. That's my general advice. I said I'm not going to take long, and I'm taking ages. Anyway, social, yeah, be a good teammate, and yeah, leadership skills. So that, yeah, communication, that goes into leadership and all that. You want to have good communication skills. You want to get along with your teammates. You want to be nice. You don't want to criticize them too much. You want to be nice. You want to be supportive. You want to help them to be a better. You want to be a good teammate. In short, this is social. Okay, on to the next. Physical. As a defender, what you need, you want to be strong. You want to be fit. That can fix a lot of your problems. You have basically two options. You either want to be very strong. Okay, so every challenge, if you're very strong, it's like solid. You're like, I'm just gonna out muscle him, basically. He's not gonna be able to go through me that easy. I'm just gonna, boom, give him a little bit of a shoulder to shoulder challenge, send him to the ground, show him what's up. Anyway, that's option one. Option two is you want to be quick. Quickness is not really how quick you are. It's not really up to you. Some people are born quick. It's just about your muscle fibers. Yeah, were you born with more fast twitch muscle fibers or less? That's genetic. Yeah, obviously you can always become faster if you're slow, just naturally. You can get a little bit less slow if you work on it. Yeah, if you're fast, you can get faster, but definitely, obviously, work on it. But it is natural, so you need to realize, am I fast naturally? Average. Okay, well then you work on it. Just so you know, I've done my best to maximize my potential. If you after you do that, work on your overall physique, explosiveness, become a bit more explosive, agility, work on foot speed and all that, agility, coordination. You want to be able to turn left, turn right, explosiveness. You want to be able to jump, strength. You want to be strong. You want to be strong in every challenge. Be solid. Strength is always going to give you confidence. You're not too worried, I'm going to smash into this guy. Yeah, he comes in, whack. You're not too worried, because if you're weak, but what if he gets angry, then he comes and pushes? No, if you're strong, I'm just gonna smash into. I'm not saying go and commit stupid fouls. I'm just saying the mindset. You need a little bit of aggression. When you're stronger, it's much easier to be confident and aggressive than when you're weak. Yeah, imagine you're a lion and you see like I don't know, like a little hyena or something. Yeah, but obviously just one. You feel confident, you're a lion. You're gonna slap that hyena, it's gonna fly. It's gonna fly off. It's gonna fly away. Bite it, it's done, it's finished. But then imagine you're a lion and you see an elephant. You don't feel that confident all of a sudden. Or you see a Siberian tiger, then you don't feel confident at all as a lion. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that animal combat debate. But yeah, imagine you're a lion and then you see the Siberian tiger, much bigger, much stronger. Same on the pitch. You're strong. If you're strong, you feel confident. You feel confident, you play better. Anyway, physicality, very important as a defender. Okay? Because you're the one, bam, going into them. You need to kind of get the respect of the attacker. You can't be too nice. Don't want to really kick you. Oh, I'm sorry. No. You need to intimidate them a little bit. Physicality intimidates a lot. I'm telling you. Okay, next one. We've got psychological. Now it's about confidence, but again, you can see how all these areas, they're kind of related. If your physicality is better, then your confidence is going to be higher. So confidence and physicality, I think they're linked. Same way as confidence and technical ability are linked. Okay, so they're linked. Confidence, psychology, confidence. Yeah, it's important. It is important. Decision making. This is all psychological. Decision making. Everything in football comes down to decision making at the end of the day. Yeah, you can have the worst attributes. Yeah, you can be slow, you can be weak. Yeah, no outstanding abilities and still be a good player because you're just 3 steps ahead of everyone. You anticipate where the ball is going to go. Your positioning is so outstanding that you make up for the lack of pace. Okay, so it's all about decision making. That's all. It's all about decision making. This is up here, so that's why I really, when I speak to my players, I try to get this across. That's the most important point. Up here, it all starts up here. The more you listen, the more information you can absorb. That's why I told them, ask questions. Look, now I can answer them. I've been speaking to half an hour. I don't have half an hour in my session to talk about all this, okay? But you can take advantage by asking questions, okay? Now you've put in half an hour extra so far. If you're listening to this and you're a player, you've put half an hour more than someone else who at the moment is watching Netflix or whatever. So you've put half an hour into your game because this is active learning. You see, this is part of the development. Okay, this is social, psychological, all that. This is psychological. At the moment, your understanding is improving, understanding of the game. Because I've been talking about it for half an hour. Now I've got more knowledge. Knowledge is going to give you confidence. So there you go, psychological. And I've got a psychological edge to everyone else. Okay, so it's not just what happens on the pitch while we're on the ball. There is so much more that goes into being a good player, and obviously good player, good defender. Yeah. So decision making. Your decision making is, as a defender, is a lot about your positioning. Okay, a lot about your positioning. You're not gonna be on the ball very often. Depending, if you play for a great team and you play amazing possession-based football, then you will be on the ball a lot. And you will be kind of dictating the play. Left, right, center, boom, maybe hit a switch, something. Okay? If not, it's going to be a lot about your positioning. Positioning is so important. So important. For a defender, especially. And it's very difficult to notice. You watch games, yeah. Can you actually notice? Oh, have you ever watched the game and said, "Oh my God, this guy's positioning is that was excellent positioning"? No, you don't really notice it. You don't really notice it. That doesn't get noticed, doesn't get mentioned, but it is absolutely essential. How you cover your teammates, how you do this, how you do that. Anyway, that's all decision making. But again, what I said, how you cover your teammates, all that. Now this goes into technical / tactical area, that area of development of the corner, of the 4-corner model. So technical, let's just first start with technical. So you want to be good on ball defender. Yeah, you want to be good on ball defender. Advice on that. Immediately, first thing to cut off is stop jumping. lunging, diving in. Stay on your feet, okay? Stay on your feet. Wait for the attacker to move. Stop diving into the attacker, forcing him to do something. No, force him to make a decision. Don't make the decision for him. That's very simple, but yeah, that's one thing that immediately comes to my mind. So diving in, of turning your back, reacting to feints like this, whoa, whoa, cut this off immediately. Yeah, you go. Ideally, whoever is on the ball, you get to him. Your distance to the attacker ideally is 1 arm's length. Okay, you can even get your arm out, yeah, and kind of keep it, not like a guard, but get your arm out, yeah, keep it just as a gauge for distance, like in front of his chest or shoulder or something. Just get your arm up, and yeah, so it's much easier to judge the distance between you and your opponent. Don't poke him in the eye, yeah, don't slap him, but you can. No one says you can't have your arm up and out in front of you. You can. That helps a lot with your how you judge distance. I sometimes do it. Yeah. Why not? Don't be square. Okay, like this. Side on, force him. Why side on? You want to force him one in whatever direction you want to. Okay, ideally you want to force him. That's like uh, the old advice, like common knowledge. Force him towards his weak foot. Okay, as a general advice, yeah, that's fine. Depending on what your coach has asked you. Maybe your coach, depending on the level. At a high level, you're going to force him towards his weak foot. Some people don't really have a weak foot anymore. Most people can cross with both feet or whatever. Anyway, general rule, yeah, force him towards the weak foot. Most important is force him away from the goal. That's my advice. Away from the goal. Yeah? Don't want to force him towards the goal. Force him away. Or force him towards a teammate. There's just too many variables for me to tell you force him. But ideally, you want to force him somewhere and you want to have a reason for it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So with your body shape, you're going to have 1 foot forward, kind of 45-degree angle, so like this. So if you're an attacker, I'm forcing you this way. Because if you go this way, I've got my shoulder, I've got my lead foot to get the ball. Yeah? So I'm kind of, you're going to go this way. I want you to go this way. Yeah? And he's going to have to. If he's very tricky, very skillful, maybe he beats you. Yeah? But yeah, you want to try and make the game predictable as a defender. By forcing him this way, kind of everyone else now knows, well, this guy is probably going to go there. When your teammates know that this guy is going there, they can adjust their positioning, okay? So you're helping. It helps a lot, makes a massive difference. Don't be square like that, because now you can go both ways. You haven't really done much. So don't dive in, proper shape, proper body position. What else? I'm gonna go into too much detail. 39 minutes in, oh my god. Anyway, enough on the details for now. Next is about cover. Yeah, that's very important. When your teammate, let's say you're a centre back, you've got your right back, he's being attacked, he's defending the guy that's on the ball. Cover him properly. Don't be too far from him, but don't be too close to him. Yeah, you need to be at an angle and a little bit behind him. Yeah, you don't want to be in line with him. If he's here and you're here, look, you're parallel. So here and here, he gets beaten. You can't really get here because the guy that beat him literally needs to run that much. You need to run that much. If you're here though, the guy beats him, The guy needs to make up this space, and you just come across. Angle. You don't want to be too far over here. They beat him. By the time you get there, they maybe take you on as well. You don't want to be too far. Also, you don't want to be too close. He beats him, big touch. Maybe the guy's quick. Mbappe, all he does run. Anyway, I'm not gonna hate on Mbappe now. Anyway, he beats him, boom, he beats you as well. I was too close. Shit. Okay, so proper distance and space. If you provide good cover for your teammate, you might altogether cancel the winger's intentions to attack. That's how important it is. Some people are smart. Some people only go and take on the fullback when they see, obviously that's just an example, when they see that the centre back hasn't shuffled across quickly enough, so they see, oh, there is a big gap between my defender, let me take him on, and they take him on. But if they see everyone is nice and set, the shape is good, then they're like, what's the point? There is no point. Where am I gonna get? This guy's waiting for me behind him anyway, so no point. And it just turns out, boom, back pass. Okay, so cover is very important. Cover. And then the last thing I'm gonna say on this, and I'm gonna move on, is as a defender, the line. Okay, the line. Oh my God, this is so many people make mistakes with that, and they don't understand it. Obviously, the offside line. How high do you want to push the line? This depends on what the coach wants. But you need to make sure it makes sense. Okay? If you're absolutely rapid as a defender, okay, and you're a centre back, okay, because the defensive line mostly depends on the centre backs, then okay, you can push higher up. You can go halfway because you know every through ball, I'm just so quick that I can get to every through ball before my striker. I'm that confident because I'm that quick. Okay, but if you're not, then don't push all the way to all the way to the halfway line. No point. No point. Unless there is a corner and all this. Like when the game is in between the final and the middle third on the other side of the pitch, you don't need to be all the way. Or as the game, you know what? Forget about this. As the possession changes, drop a couple of steps. Okay, push up all the way to halfway. That's fine. As soon as the possession changes hands, just drop a couple of steps. Give yourself a little bit of a chance if you're not that quick. Because think about it. The higher you push the line, yeah, the higher you push up the defensive line, the more space you leave behind your back for through balls, yeah. So that space is basically what? That space is where the race is gonna take place. That's the track for the race between you and the striker when the ball is played behind. Yeah. If you don't want that space, if you don't feel confident that you're gonna beat him in a race, you want to make the space less. So he's got less space to outrun you. It's logical. Okay. So now that we understand that, we understand the space behind you and what it means. Okay. Now, the biggest thing as a defender and the biggest determinant of where the defensive line is, as a general rule, if the other team is on the ball and you have a player, you have a teammate that is in front of the person that on the ball. So the person on the ball cannot play a forward pass. So he cannot play a through ball because he's got someone in front of him blocking him. Then don't worry, you can push the line up. if there is no pressure on the ball, so the opposing player can get his head up and he can play forward. If that's the case, then that's an immediate trigger for you to drop back, yeah, because you can play that pass behind you and you don't want to leave a lot of space for that through ball. You want to take away from his space. Now it's much more difficult. His pass needs to be much more accurate. Okay, the striker now needs to be much quicker than you to get the ball. Okay, because you don't have the distance is not that long for him to separate himself from you while running, to outrun you. Okay, so you drop back, you take away from the space behind your back. So if it was here, you see, oh shit, this guy can get his head up and play. Immediately I drop here. Now look at how much space is left between you and the keeper. And if the keeper is smart and he doesn't stand under the crossbar like this, if he's at the edge of the box, then you only have got like 15-20 meters max of space between you and the keeper. So that's not too much space for a through ball behind you. So that's basically it. So this is like a little bit of an overview. I covered quite a bit in terms of being better as a defender. I touched on most things. If anyone wants to, obviously, if you want me to expand on certain things, because there's just so much to talk about, obviously you can let me know. And now I can move on. We can move on to some other questions, whatever we've got. Finally, 47. That's the longest I've talked about football. So far on my podcast. Okay, we've got the phone. If I answer this, is it possible to completely forgive someone, or does your opinion of them inevitably change forever? Okay, so two parts of the question. Is it possible to completely forgive someone? Okay, so that's one. Yes, it is possible. You can just forgive, I've let that go. That's fine. No longer bothers me. Yeah, that's it. It's done in the past. I don't really care. I don't care. But then, or why or? It doesn't need to be or does opinion of them inevitably change forever? Your opinion, when something happens, then that changes everything forever. Okay, it can never be undone. So whatever has happened has happened. So things change. You can forgive, but that doesn't mean it's the same now. Whatever happened is different now. You've forgiven, but that thing still happened. So things cannot be the same. So yeah, I don't want to give too short of an answer, but let's not. When something happens, you cannot erase it. It doesn't work like that. You cannot get Doctor Strange to do a spell, and boom, no one remembers that you're Spider-Man anymore. Things have changed. Okay, that's it. You forgive. Forgiveness means that it doesn't bother you. But I'm not really big into forgiveness, to be honest. It's difficult. It's very difficult. And I don't really see if someone comes and explains to me the value of forgiveness, I would be impressed. Okay, because what most people would say, oh, you need to forgive because uh, not because they are, some people that try to be smart, not because and read too many quotes, not because the other person deserves it, but because you no longer want to torture yourself because of someone else's mistake or whatever, something along the lines. I don't need to forgive someone in order for me to stop being uh, tormented. What a big word I used for this thing. Anyway, uh, yeah, you don't need to forgive someone in order to for whatever they've done or for whatever's happened to no longer bother you. I don't really forgive. I haven't forgiven this person, that person, or whatever, but I don't care. But that doesn't mean I've forgiven. I'm over it. But I wouldn't forgive. Why? You did it. You did it. Why did you do it? Then obviously if they, oh, but I'm sorry, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, no problem. But it's not the same anymore. It's just not the same. No problem. Like, it's fine. You can come back. I'll treat you well and all that, but it's just not the same. Why did you do it? I'm sorry. That was your choice. And now I cannot erase my memory. And that's the only way, in my opinion, to completely forgive. Okay. And I'm not saying, I've talked about this, something similar to this before. Someone needs to go and find it in the previous podcast. Like, would you ever give someone a second chance, something like this? And I said yes. Okay, so don't really try to, don't take it as, oh no, forgive the. Watch the other podcast. I talked about it more. I don't remember which one. I've done so many podcasts now. I'm such an experienced podcaster. 11. To be fair, I feel like, yeah, 11. Let's see, average. Let me just check before I move on to the next question. This is my 11th episode. Let's just check. Average. How many podcasts? How many episodes does the average podcast have? Average episodes. 56% of podcasts had 10 episodes or fewer, and 17 had 50 episodes or more. That means the mean number of episodes was 30.1. So I'm past the halfway line. So 56% of podcasts have 10 episodes or lower or less, and I've got 11 now. Get in, mate. Let's go. Obviously, us experienced podcasters, we don't even remember everything that we've talked about. Yes, mate. Let's go. I need to stop saying mate. I'm not English. It doesn't work like that. I'm not allowed to say it that much. It just doesn't sound well. Anyway. Okay, next question. 54 minutes in. How long am I gonna run it for? I feel fresh. Let's not drag it out too much. Anyway, let's go. Pop. What's the most important lesson love has taught you? What has love taught me? Uh, I'm not really sure. What does love teach anyone? Forget about me. Because if you ask me, I would say nothing. I don't know, what do you actually learn? I don't think you learn much from that emotion, loving someone. Always there to learn. Maybe I don't see it, because maybe I'm a bit removed from that now. First, let me stop just looking left, right, center, and everywhere, and making faces. Let's break it down logically, as what I always say. So there's different types of love, depending love. Is it your love towards your parents, or is it the way you love your brother, sister, or your friends, or is it the way you love your boyfriend, girlfriend, and whatever else you call it, wife, or yeah. I feel like there needs to be a separation between the different kinds of love. I believe there are different types, and yeah, depending on which one we're talking about, you definitely you can learn some things. For example, from the love you have towards your parents. Yeah, let's say you learn from this that it's important to listen to other people, yeah, and learn. Okay, because you always you try to listen to your parents, kind of follow their guidance. Why? Because you know, because you love them. It's not because you have to or whatever, but because yeah, my mom told me this, my dad told me. So you follow it because of that. Okay, not because it's your duty. Very few people do that. Okay, that's not really the relationship dynamic. It's my duty to follow my father's words to the death. Anyway, that's one. So towards your brother, sister. Oh, I forgot to mention child as well. So that's completely different. Towards your brother and sister and friends. Don't really know what you learn from this. Don't know. You learn, I think, you learn that it's better to share things with others than it is to just kind of have everything for yourself or do everything by yourself. You learn that it's much better to when you have someone else to share to do things with or share and all that. So you learn that if possible, it's better not to do things with other people, not alone. Much better. Okay, and well, love for your girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband. What do you learn from that? I don't know. There, okay, I'll give some. But you learn, then you learn that love requires work. Okay, you need to work. You need to work hard for it. It's not just feelings. You understand that you actually need to put in the work. You need to compromise. You need to adjust. Basically, you need to put in the work. Okay, because otherwise it's gonna disappear. So your opinion of love, I believe, changes a little bit. But then again, I think there are different types of love. So depending on okay, we're back. It cut off. But yeah, I said what I wanted to say about love. Yeah, depending on the relationship, what kind of love it is. I'm pretty sure there is definitely one of Plato's books that I've read. It was about that's what it was about. I'm almost certain it was a symposium, and it was the different types of love, and they were debating. Okay, uh, um, probably gonna read it again. I don't think I finished it when I started it, and maybe then I can tell you what the some of the greatest minds of all time said about it over 2,000 years ago. Let me just check quickly. Plato. Meno, the Plato, the symposium. Pop. Let's see now. Let's just see what it was about. Da 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 da. I'm almost certain they were talking about Eros. Eros is the Greek goddess of love, I think. Okay. This the symposium, is that it? Okay. Oh my god, the introduction, you know, these books, they start with an introduction, they kind of explain to you what you're about to read because they're a bit difficult for some people and you need context. Introduction, the symposium. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Is that where Socrates was late, I think, for the to the I think they already started talking about it. Everyone was giving their opinions, and Socrates was late, I think. Socrates lags behind. Memory. I'm killing the podcast a little bit, but give me a second. I need to know. I have to know. Where is Socrates? Blah 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 blah. The servant. Da 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 da. Okay. Proposal speech. Okay. Yes, I'm correct. Okay. Now, as love is the oldest of the gods, so also he confers upon us the greatest benefits. For I would maintain that there can be no greater benefit for a boy than to have a worthy lover from his earliest youth. Okay, I need to stop reading because oh my god. Oh god. Anyway, this came out wrong. Okay, but you need to understand we should not commit. It's called the historian's fallacy. You should not, okay, judge the past, okay, past traditions or whatever. You shouldn't judge them by today's standard and understanding, okay? Because these things, they happened 2,400 years ago. 2,400 years ago. Imagine how different times were, and just overall the understanding of humanity's development, understanding, and all that. Obviously, there's age-old wisdom, very ancient wisdom that still holds up well. But there are certain things that you can't really judge them, you know. So you shouldn't really be too harsh. You should more so look at the general ideas, okay? Not delve into the specifics. Oh, but this guy, he wore his right shoe on his left foot and his left shoe on his right foot. It's just stupid, okay? To do that. Anyway, I'm correct. Play to the symposium, he told they, or aka the dinner party. This is where some people they're different people, they've all got different, and they discuss, they give their opinions about love. So yeah, anyway, next question. Let's jump on over to the next question. Maybe the last one. 1 hour and 5 minutes roughly. Okay. Okay. What does freedom mean to you? Freedom to me, okay. Freedom to me, I'm not gonna talk about financial freedom and all that, because this is a bit, to me, this is a pointless conversation. I know people that think this is freedom, or to do whatever I want to do, blah, blah, blah. That's a bit, this is what people think of freedom, and I don't really agree. To be able to do what I want to do, no. I think freedom is to be able to think freely, okay? Freedom is about freedom of thought, okay? Because if you don't think freely, if you don't think for yourself, then your actions are dictated by whatever views were imposed on you. So are you really free? Okay, you do whatever you want, but what you want to do was dictated by someone else, because you're not really a free thinker. You just go with the flow, you go with whatever everyone else is thinking. So how is that freedom? You understand? Real freedom is freedom of thought. So that to me is freedom. I'm gonna do many things in my life, okay? Most things I'm not really gonna want to do them every day, okay? Because I don't plan on retiring when I'm 30 or whatever, and then just going and traveling and doing all that stupid shit. Not stupid, but you know what I mean, meaningless to me. Travel, see, okay, whatever. Anyway, retire and just have fun. Whatever. I'm planning to do things that are gonna require a lot of work. All that work, my screen is a bit. Cut again. Anyway, all right. It's about. Now my thought is gone. Yeah, the things that I want to do are gonna require a lot of work. Work that I'm not necessarily gonna wanna do every day. I'll have to. And then some. Oh, but you do. But I'll always have freedom of thought. I'll be able to think freely. But you need to put in a lot of work. Everything I say, and then I go, but, and then I add, you need to put in a lot of work. I hope everyone can kind of see that. Everyone requires a lot of work. So if you're not up for it, for working hard, then your first priority has to be, I need to fix my mindset, because I'm a bit soft. If I'm not up for the job, like hard work. If I'm not prepared, then that's the first thing I need to fix. I need to actually prepare myself mentally for the hard work that awaits in the future. Okay, don't bury your head in the sand and go, everything that you want is going to require a lot of hard work and sacrifice. And if you think about, oh, I want to be free, do whatever I want, this is only gonna pollute your mind. It's not gonna motivate. It can motivate you to a certain point, but if things are not going your way over a prolonged period of time, you're gonna suffer and you're probably gonna give up. You're gonna become disillusioned with your idea of freedom. You are one. It's just not gonna happen. It's not for me. Blah, blah, blah. Then you're gonna start blaming people. You're gonna start blaming the world, and this is messed up, that is messed up. Why? Because your mind was messed up. Your mindset and your attitude was messed up. So freedom is here. Fix the mindset. Think for yourself. Don't let everyone else impose their desires and wants and all this. Obviously not even me. I'm not really imposing many things apart from the propaganda that I'm pushing. If you want to say, oh, even you're trying to, no, I'm trying to push you in the direction of actively thinking. Read books, okay? If you generate your points of view off of TikTok and all of this, then you kind of, are you free? Or are you just guided by whatever's trending? That's where your mind is at. Whatever's trending. The trend is gonna go this way. You go with it. Then the next trend goes this way. Then you kind of go with it. You don't even realize. You don't even realize how you're going with the flow. Because seemingly you're going, now this is my point of view, now it's changing a little bit. Yeah, I changed my points of view. I review them, I improve them. No, you just go with everyone else, as everyone else is going, instead of stepping back and be like, okay, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. Forget about what everyone else is saying and doing. Let's start from the beginning. I need to know for myself. I need to know this. I need to know that. And then you go. That to me is freedom. That to me is freedom. To be completely comfortable with everyone else saying yes, and I just go, no, I don't agree. Like, no problem. I just don't agree, and I have my reasons for not agreeing. I'm not just gonna say, well, I just don't feel like da da da. It's not about feeling. I just don't agree, and I trust my reasons. I have my reasons. Okay, I'm gonna have my reasons. That's it. And let's say the whole world says, oh, no, you're an idiot. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. I'm not too bothered. Okay, I'm not saying isolate yourself from everything and everyone and just live a secluded life of seclusion. Another big word. Getting better. But I'm saying think for yourself, because that's the best way to actually help everyone else, I believe. And yeah, that's it. That's enough talk. I've been talking. This is probably my longest podcast when I joined them all up, because it cut off 3 times this time. Shocking. Obviously second time was my fault. I put my hand up. I wanted to increase my screen, the brightness, but a little bit Indiana Jones. I didn't realize it's gonna stop the video. Anyway, that's enough for number 11. Now I'm more consistent than 56% of all podcasters of all time. Let's go. So I'm happy about that, and we keep going. Consistency, that's what I talk about all the time, isn't it? So I need to take my own advice, and I am doing it. I would never say anything and try and impose anything on anyone that I'm not doing. If I ever do that, then I've become Mickey Mouse. Okay? I'm just gonna finish with this. I would never ask anyone to do anything that I'm not doing. And even as a coach, I demand more from myself than what I demand from my players. There is a lot of coaches that when they become a coach and they think they're over the hill now. Oh, now I can be the the wise guy. I can just give the orders and everyone else needs to listen to me because now I'm this. I'm the authority. I've done my bit when I was your age. That's completely stupid. No, that's not how it works. If you want something from someone, you work hard as well. Don't ask people to do things that you're not doing because it doesn't work like that. And yeah, that's it. I would never do that. Yeah. That's it for number 11. And I'll be back next time.